And on June 14th, 1953, a remarkable individual was born. Stanley Freeman Druckenmiller would grow to become one of the most influential figures in the world of finance. This is where our story begins, in the bustling heart of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where a middle-class family welcomed a son who would one day shake the very foundations of the financial world. Young Stanley was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth, but he was born with something far more valuable, an insatiable curiosity and a knack for numbers. His parents, hard-working and conscientious, instilled in him the virtues of discipline and perseverance. It was in this environment that Stanley's early interest in finance took root. Childhood was a time of discovery for Stanley. He explored the world around him with wide-eyed wonder, his keen intellect always searching for patterns and connections. The world of finance, with its intricate interplay of numbers and trends, captivated him. It was a fascination that would follow him throughout his life. During his school years, Stanley's entrepreneurial spirit began to shine through. He opened a hot dog stand on campus, a humble venture that taught him the rudiments of running a business. It was a small operation, but it was his first taste of the financial world, an experience that stoked his passion for finance. Stanley's journey was not without its challenges. He faced his fair share of trials and tribulations, but he remained undeterred. His resilience and determination were evident even then, traits that would serve him well in his future career. Stanley Druckenmiller's story is not just a tale of financial success. It is a testament to the power of determination, the importance of hard work, and the value of a keen mind. It's a journey that began in the humble streets of Philadelphia and would take him to the pinnacle of the finance world. Even in these early years, Stanley Druckenmiller was showing signs of the tenacity and financial acumen that would define his extraordinary career. And as we delve further into his life, we'll discover just how extraordinary that career would become. Druckenmiller's journey into the world of finance truly began during his college years. His fascination with the intricacies of economies and markets drew him to Bowdoin College, where he delved deeply into the study of English and economics. His academic pursuits were not just limited to books and lectures as he sought to apply his learning in the real world. As a student, he had an entrepreneurial spirit seen in a rather unique venture. He opened a hot dog stand on campus. While this might seem like a far cry from the world of high finance, it was here that he learned the basics of business, the importance of supply, demand, pricing, and customer service. But the world of academia still beckoned him. Enamored by the prospect of deeper learning, Druckenmiller pursued a PhD at the University of Michigan. However, his passion for finance was so strong that the allure of the financial world proved irresistible. He left his PhD midway to dive headfirst into the financial sector. The early years of his career were not without their struggles, but Druckenmiller was not one to back down. He was eager to learn and adapt, to understand the ebb and flow of markets, the subtle dance of supply and demand, and the effects of global events on the economy. He learned to read the signs, to anticipate trends, and to make calculated decisions. These experiences, both academic and practical, gave him a solid foundation in finance. His time in college and his early career experiences formed the bedrock of his understanding of the financial world. He was not just a student of finance, he was a keen observer and a participant, learning from every decision, every triumph, and every setback. Armed with his academic knowledge and real-world experience, Stanley Druckenmiller was ready to carve his path in the finance industry. In 1981, Stanley Druckenmiller made a move that would cement his place in the world of finance. An American billionaire investor, philanthropist, and former hedge fund manager, Druckenmiller founded Duquesne Capital, a decision that would pivot his life and career. The birth of Duquesne Capital was not a mere coincidence or a result of a random thought. It was the product of Druckenmiller's accumulated knowledge, experience, and a keen eye for financial opportunities. As a result, this newly founded venture grew rapidly, making its mark on Wall Street and beyond. As the years went by, Duquesne Capital continued to grow, amassing impressive wealth. It was a testament to Druckenmiller's financial acumen and strategic prowess. At its peak, the fund managed over $12 billion in assets, a figure that was not just impressive but monumental. The success of Duquesne Capital wasn't a stroke of luck. It was driven by Druckenmiller's top-down investment approach, which involved analyzing the macroeconomic conditions to guide investment decisions. This method, combined with his dedication and hard work, allowed Druckenmiller to steer Duquesne Capital towards soaring heights. Under his leadership, the fund consistently delivered high returns, making it one of the most successful hedge funds of its time. Druckenmiller's strategies and trades became legendary, setting standards for others to follow. In the world of finance, where markets are volatile and unpredictable, Druckenmiller's ability to grow and sustain Duquesne Capital's success was remarkable. It was a testament to his financial prowess and strategic acumen, qualities that would continue to serve him well throughout his career. With Duquesne Capital, Stanley Druckenmiller was on the fast track to becoming a financial titan. Indeed, the birth of Duquesne Capital was not just the start of a successful hedge fund, but also the beginning of a legendary career that would leave an indelible mark on the world of finance. In 1988, Stanley Druckenmiller began a partnership with another finance legend, George Soros. This was a pairing of two brilliant minds that would go on to make some of the most audacious moves in financial history. Druckenmiller, the tactical genius, and Soros, the philosophical strategist, found a synergy that was nothing short of electric. Together, they navigated the financial markets with a blend of top-down macroeconomic analysis and a keen understanding of market psychology. Their most notable triumph came in 1992, a year that would etch their names into the annals of financial law. This was the year they shorted the British pound, a move that would later be known as breaking the Bank of England. The strategy was bold and incredibly risky. Druckenmiller and Soros bet against the Bank of England's ability to keep the pound artificially high within the European exchange rate mechanism. They believed that the country's economic fundamentals did not support such a high valuation and that the Bank of England would eventually be forced to devalue the currency. The day of reckoning came on September 16, 1992, a day now known as Black Wednesday.
This man made more than $1 billion last year in a single week. That's right, a single week.
That bet has been available for the last 10 years, and it only paid off at that particular moment.
It was inevitable. It was a conclusion that could not be avoided under any intellectual thought process. And I must say, as the person actually managing the fund, that would have led me maybe to do $2 or $3 or $4 billion, and that was where the combination of experience, courage, whatever you've heard about this man, came into play, because it was he who pushed very, very hard on me to take the position to where we took it, and actually wanted to take it further, but we didn't. We ran out of time. It's really a once in a decade, and that's when he is really. That's when he is George Soros. That's when he just says, you can't have enough of this. And if there's one thing I've learned from him, is that when you're right and you know something, you really feel it, you can't have enough. And the biggest mistake, if I had to sum up his investment philosophy in one sentence, it's that it's not whether you're right or wrong, you just have to have the max on when you're right, and that's his unique innate ability.
The Bank of England, unable to defend the pound, withdrew from the European exchange rate mechanism and devalued the currency. This validated Druckenmiller and Soros's bet, leading to a massive windfall. The exact figures are a closely guarded secret, but it's widely believed that the pair made over $1 billion in a single day. This single trade catapulted Druckenmiller and Soros into the realm of legends. Their audacious move not only made them incredibly wealthy, but also demonstrated their deep understanding of global economics and market forces. But it wasn't just about making money. The Soros-Druckenmiller partnership underscored the importance of conviction and courage in finance. They showed that with the right analysis, the right strategy, and the right timing, it was possible to challenge the might of central banks and come out on top. Their partnership also highlighted the power of collaboration in finance. Each brought unique strengths to the table. Soros with his philosophical approach to markets, and Druckenmiller with his tactical acumen. Together they were able to see opportunities where others saw risk, and they had the audacity to seize those opportunities when they presented themselves. The Soros-Druckenmiller partnership left a lasting impact on the world of finance. Their audacious moves and profound understanding of market dynamics continue to inspire traders and investors to this day. They showed the world that with courage, conviction, and collaboration, it's possible to make history in the world of finance. Black Monday 1987 was a day of financial crisis, but for Stanley Druckenmiller, it was a day of opportunity. As global markets trembled, Druckenmiller, a seasoned investor, was not one to be easily rattled. He saw potential where others saw peril, opportunity where others saw only downfall. As the world watched in apprehension, Druckenmiller dove into the fray, armed with a strategy that was as bold as it was brilliant. A top-down investment approach was his weapon of choice, a method that focused on macroeconomic trends rather than individual companies. This allowed him to see the bigger picture, to grasp the larger underlying currents that were driving the market chaos. And so, as the markets crumbled, Druckenmiller made his move. He placed trades that were not just contrarian, but almost audacious in their defiance of the prevailing market sentiment. But Druckenmiller was not playing a game of chance. His trades were calculated, backed by a deep understanding of the market dynamics and a shrewd interpretation of economic indicators. And the results? They were nothing short of spectacular. Druckenmiller's trades during the Black Monday crash yielded significant returns, defying the market downturn and turning a potential disaster into a triumph. He emerged from the chaos of Black Monday not just unscathed, but victorious, his reputation as a financial genius further bolstered. But success on Black Monday was not just about making profitable trades. It was about demonstrating resilience in the face of adversity, about maintaining a clear head when all around were losing theirs. It was a testament to Druckenmiller's deep understanding of the markets, his ability to read the economic signs and act accordingly. Stanley Druckenmiller's ability to navigate the turbulent waters of Black Monday only further solidified his financial prowess. His actions on that day stand as a testament to his ability to turn crisis into opportunity, to see potential where others see peril. It's a lesson that all investors, whether seasoned or novice, can learn from. Even the best sometimes stumble. This was true for Stanley Druckenmiller during the tech bubble of the late 90s. It was a time when the allure of the digital age was pulling investors from all corners of the globe. Tech companies were popping up like mushrooms after a spring rain, promising a golden future. And even the seasoned investor like Druckenmiller was not immune to this siren song. Driven by a fear of missing out, he made a calculated gamble on the tech industry. He saw the rapid growth and the potential for gain, and he wanted a piece of it, and who could blame him? The tech industry was the wild west of its time, a place where fortunes were made overnight, but as we all know, the bubble burst.
In January of 2000, after riding that tech boom to a T and making billions of dollars in '99, I sold everything out in January, and I had a couple of internal portfolio managers at Soros who didn't sell out, and they had it was a smaller portfolio, but they made 30% after I sold. And I just couldn't stand it anymore. I'm like watching them make all this money every day. And like for 2 days, I'm like ready to pick up the phone and buy this stuff back. And there's a little devil there, and then the angel, and she's saying, don't do it. And he's saying, buy it. And I pick up the phone and I buy them. I might have missed the top of the dot-com bubble by an hour. I ended up losing $3 billion.
Tech companies turned out to be hollow shells. Their promises of a golden future were nothing more than a mirage. The tech industry came crashing down, taking with it the investments of countless individuals and institutions. Druckenmiller was among those who suffered significant losses. This misstep was a blow, not just to his portfolio, but to his ego. He had been a titan in the finance world, known for his shrewd investments and his ability to predict trends. But the tech bubble burst proved that even he was not infallible. But from this misstep, Druckenmiller learned a valuable lesson. He realized that no matter how attractive an opportunity may seem, it's essential to remain grounded. He understood that it's not just about jumping on the bandwagon, it's about careful analysis, about understanding the risks involved. This experience shaped his investment strategy moving forward, making him more cautious, more thoughtful in his decisions. Despite this setback, Stanley Druckenmiller's reputation and influence in the finance world remained strong. His misstep during the tech bubble did not define him. Instead, it served as a reminder that even the best can stumble, but it's not the stumble that matters, it's how you pick yourself up and move forward. And Druckenmiller did just that, continuing to make his mark on the finance world, proving that a single misstep does not determine one's future. In 2010, Stanley Druckenmiller retired from the world of finance.
Bloomberg's Catherine Burton broke the story on Stan Druckenmiller and his decision to retire, close down his firm. Catherine joins me now. Kathy, great work with this story. I know you did get a chance to speak with Druckenmiller himself. He's a giant in the hedge fund world. Never had a losing year until this one. Is it just what happened in 2010, the final straw?
No, absolutely not. In fact, this is just, I mean, he's certainly had periods in his career when he's lost money within a year. I mean, he's been down 20% in some years. So this 5% is absolutely not the issue at all. It's just that at 57, having managed other people's money for 30 years, he said it was enough. He didn't want the stress anymore of managing other people's money.
But his influence did not end there. He stepped away from the hustle and bustle of Wall Street, but his retirement was far from a silent retreat. Instead, he turned his attention to philanthropy, generously sharing his wealth and expertise for the betterment of society. Druckenmiller's philanthropic efforts are as impressive as his investment acumen. He has made significant donations, including a staggering $705 million in 2009 alone. These funds have been directed towards a multitude of causes, reflecting his wide-ranging interests and concerns. One of his most notable philanthropic endeavors is his work with the Harlem Children's Zone. As the chairman of the board, he has played an instrumental role in the organization's mission to provide comprehensive support for children and families in Harlem. From education to health, Druckenmiller's support has helped to create a safety net for those in need. Beyond his work in Harlem, he has also made significant contributions to medical research. His generous donations have funded cutting-edge research and innovative treatments, offering hope to countless patients. His philanthropic reach also extends to AIDS awareness, supporting initiatives aimed at educating the public and combating the disease. However, Druckenmiller's influence isn't limited to philanthropy. He has also been an active participant in the political sphere, making political donations and advocating for policies that he believes in. Notably, he is a vocal supporter of reducing spending on social safety net programs, reflecting his belief in the power of individual responsibility and the potential for private philanthropy to address societal issues. In essence, retirement for Druckenmiller wasn't an end, but a new beginning, a transition from making money to making a difference, from building wealth to building a better world. His philanthropic efforts and political contributions reflect his unwavering commitment to impact, demonstrating that his investment in humanity is as strategic and thoughtful as his financial investments. Even in retirement, Stanley Druckenmiller continues to make a meaningful impact, showing us that his legacy extends far beyond the world of finance. Stanley Druckenmiller's life and career have left an indelible mark on the world of finance. A journey that began in the quiet halls of academia, bloomed into a remarkable saga of financial acumen and market foresight, forever etched in Wall Street's annals. This visionary investor, born to humble beginnings, worked his way up the ladder of success, carving a unique path for himself and setting a precedent for others to follow. His founding of Duquesne Capital in 1981 signaled the start of a career that would see him manage over $12 billion in assets, showcasing his unrivaled ability to navigate the complex world of investing. Druckenmiller's tenure with George Soros is perhaps one of the most celebrated chapters of his career. Together, they famously shorted the British pound in 1992, a move that earned them incredible profits and shook the financial world. This legendary trade, known as Black Wednesday, is still studied and marveled at by finance students and professionals alike. But Druckenmiller's story isn't just about triumphs. His misstep during the tech bubble of the late 90s was a stark reminder that even the most seasoned investors can fall prey to the fear of missing out. It's a lesson that continues to resonate within the industry, a sobering tale of caution amidst the allure of quick gains. And yet, despite the highs and lows, it's his unwavering commitment to excellence that truly defines Druckenmiller's legacy. His retirement didn't signal the end of his journey, but rather a shift. His philanthropic efforts, including a staggering $705 million donation in 2009, and his active involvement in causes like medical research and AIDS awareness have demonstrated his commitment to giving back to society. From his humble beginnings to his extraordinary career and philanthropic efforts, Stanley Druckenmiller's story is one of determination, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to excellence.